I'm a former lottery winner. I
Whoa,
won $1 million.
$1 million?
Yeah, $1 million on a scratch ticket in the state of Virginia when I was 28, and I'm 36.
I won the second place jackpot prize of $25,000 a year for life, which
I had a really strong feeling that I was going to win big.
So, you just won the lottery. Let's say it's $30 million. The lottery commission gives you a big congratulations. Then they offer you two choices. Option 1, take $15 million upfront, walk away, and never look back. Option 2, get $1 million every year for the next 30 years. Take a second to think about this problem. Which would you choose? I will tell you right now that most lottery winners in the past got it wrong. On the off chance that you play the lottery, and I have lots of friends who do, in this video, I will be breaking down the statistically better option to take, a one-time lump sum payout, or a yearly payment for a given number of years. Buckle up, you will enjoy this video. Hi, my name is Ikenna. I have a bachelor's and master's in engineering, currently doing my MBA, and this is how not to lose your lottery jackpot winning.
We probably should have put a lot more money away than we have.
Have you put some away?
We have some annuities that we can't touch till my husband's 59 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Down to zero.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I am a part of that statistic that, 80 or 90% of lottery winners lose it.
I do have regrets sometimes about not taking the lump sum. I think about some of the things I could have did with it.
I imagine that some people would argue that it is always better to take the upfront cash, throw it into safe stocks in the stock market, and get good returns as the years go by. Others would argue that the yearly payment protects them from spending the money in a short period of time. To each his own. Jack Whitaker won $315 million in 2002 and took the lump sum. Within a few years, he was robbed, sued, and his family fell apart. Shane Missler won $451 million in 2018 and took the lump sum too. We haven't heard much about him since. No major investments, no legacy building. Amy McCauley, who won $15 million, picked the yearly payment, but still ended up spending a ton of the money. She was approaching the end of her payment term and was wishing she had saved more. This tells you that your money habits greatly shape what you get out of the lottery winnings, regardless of whether you pick the lump sum payment or the yearly payment. This video is not about your money habits. Rather, the core question we are trying to answer from this video is, which is bigger? $15 million today or $1 million every year for 30 years? To answer this question, we have to quickly touch on a concept called the time value of money. During my master's program, I once took a cab to go to campus to catch up on an exam I was running late for. I got into a conversation with the cab driver, who told me that when he was young, he was paying rent of 150 Canadian dollars per month for a one-bedroom apartment. That was about 40 years ago. Today, a one-bedroom apartment goes for about $1,600 per month. The only thing that has passed is time, and yet $150 40 years ago could buy what $1,600 is buying today. This means that $1 35 years ago is worth a whole lot more than $1 today. Continuing in that line of thought, we can infer that $1 today is worth more than $1 tomorrow. And this is the explanation of the concept of the time value of money. If you were to win 30 million today, but had to receive only 1 million every year for 30 years, the money you would receive in years 20 to 30 would have a lot less purchasing power than its equivalent today. By year 30, the last $1 million you would receive might only be able to buy you stuff of about $250,000 today. So now we need to calculate the value of all the money received over the 30 years in today's money. That way, we can easily compare it with the second option, which is to receive $15 million today. The bigger value is the clear winner. But before we do this, we need to discuss another important concept, inflation rate. This can loosely be defined as the rate at which money loses value year to year. Much like the taxi driver who today is paying a lot more for his apartment than 35 years ago. When I was young, we used to buy a pen for 20 naira. Today, a pen costs up to 190 naira. The increased price for goods and services can be averaged through some fancy calculations to arrive at the inflation rate, which is a single number. This inflation rate is what we need to calculate the present value of the $30 million, which we are considering receiving over a 30-year period. We are going to assume an inflation rate of 3.64%, which is the average rate of inflation in Canada over the last 50 years. If you are interested, here is the formula for calculating net present value, where CT is cash inflow at time T, which is $1 million every year. R is the discount rate, which in this case is our inflation rate of 3.64%. T is the time period in years, which in this case is from year 0 to 29. And C0 is our initial investment, which in this case is the $10 we used to purchase the lottery ticket. Putting all the values into the equation, we discover that our $30 million received over 30 years is only worth about $18.8 million today. I do have to add that we used a pretty conservative inflation rate of 3.65%. Had we used an inflation rate of a little higher, say 5%, then the 30 million would only be worth $16.14 million today. So the accuracy of your estimate is going to depend on how well you are able to predict the inflation rate over the next 30 years. If you are interested in playing with this, I have left a snippet of Python code for executing this calculation in the description of this video. Anyway, going back to which we should pick between $15 million today and $30 million over the next 30 years. We can see that the $30 million has a net present value of $18.8 million if we use an inflation rate of 3.65%. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a clear winner. Assuming that our inflation rate assumptions hold true, you would actually be getting more money by spreading out your payment over a 30-year period than taking a lump sum. If inflation rate predictions are wrong, you could end up with a lot less money. For example, the average inflation rate in Nigeria over the last 50 years is 16.5%. Given this inflation rate, your $30 million would only be worth $7 million today, meaning that you're going to be better off taking the $15 million lump sum. Net present value is a fundamental concept in finance, and it is something we should always consider when making spending and investment decisions. Speaking of spending, if you would like to know how YouTube saved me from spending $100,000, then click the video here to learn how it all happened. I will see you in that video. Thank you so much for listening, and leave your thoughts in the comments.